You see, we have the problem of doing the pre-show, and during the pre-show, we talk about everything we're going to talk about in the show, and then it feels like we're repeating ourselves. So I'm just hitting the button now to record, so we're going live.
Before it gets real? Before it gets real in here?
Really real. Yeah. Grilla, thank you for joining us. As you said you would to me, hey, when Forsaken drops, I want to be back on. So, Gorilla Golf, thank you for coming back on.
Of course. Good morning, everyone. Good to be back on.
Good to have you.
And of course, Des, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I got to meet our upcoming new general manager, regional manager, whatever thing. Nice guy, though. Not bad. Okay. Anyway.
Hey, it'd be nice if they could give you guys a nice little pay increase, man.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean,
I keeps it real. And at the end of the day, if it's more money and the same job,
yeah,
sign me up.
Yeah. I know, that's what he's like. But he wanted to answer questions directly and stuff like that. Walk around meeting pretty much everybody. It's like, if you have any questions or any fears, it's like in my head, it's like, are you going to pay me more money? Am I going to get more money? If I get more money, I'm completely okay with this.
Show me the money.
Yes.
Am I going to get more money? Because you can punch me straight in my face if you're going to pay me more money.
Just being real. If you're going to pay me more per hour, decent chunk more per hour, you may get a free swing. Who knows?
Not every day. Just once every quarter. Once every quarter, you just hey, come here, Buster. Hey, what's up? Wham! I deserve that. That's what happened.
Hey, think fast.
No, not even a hit. Just not even a response. Okay, is that it? And just walk away because you just expect it. You know it.
Just nod. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'll see you on payday. Just walk away.
I'll get my hit back on my paycheck. Mm. Oh man. But that's hopefully that all works out good for you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it will. I mean, like I said, it's going from a single owned warehouse being merged into a corporate entity. So yeah.
There's going to be some growing pains for sure.
Oh, for sure. It's going to evolve, but thankfully, it's all in all, it's going to be for the best, because we're kind of sitting in this situation where, as a single-owned warehouse, we're kind of understaffed for what we have, but there's not enough income to justify more people. So yeah, like I said, having a corporate entity there is just going to be way better in the long run.
Oh yeah, and then you'll be able to, obviously, if you can hire on more people, that's always a plus. And then you're going to be able to have a higher demand, especially if they're going to have more clientele they're going to be working with, I'm guessing, right?
This corporation has 28 other warehouses across the good old U.S. So
that sounds like goddamn Amazon, man. They literally are just buying up warehouses out by where I'm at. I'm probably about, 5 or 6 miles away from a distributing center, a giant one. They literally, the minute this building was finished, this building was literally, I think the concrete had just dried and they had already put an Amazon sign on it and freaking filled it up. It is nuts. It's the reason why I can order something at 8 o'clock in the morning and get it at 8 o'clock at night, which still mind boggles. It's just crazy to me. But they're apparently buying up all this storage space and everything, and they're literally that's the reason why they bought Whole Foods. I want to say they bought Whole Foods, and they literally are just using. They don't even care about the brand. They care about the fact that their refrigerator storage. That's all they care about, which is just insane to me. I just they're going to take over the world, man. They're taking over the world.
All right, but who's going to be able to buy out who? Is Amazon going to be able to buy out Disney, or is it going to be the other way around? Because between the two of them, they're going to have the entire world.
Well, I'm just saying, Amazon just got valued at $1 trillion. Think about that. They're the first company ever to be valued at $1 trillion.
Nice.
That's scary. You know, I mean, just think about that. That and then Apple, like those two companies. Like you think, like literally, we're gonna be like driving Apple cars in about 20 years. Everything, you know, Apple's just gonna turn into like some like video. I'm trying to pull a video game reference right now, but some like where a company like freaking, it's gonna be like in Borderlands, where freaking Hyperion, you know, controls everything. It's gonna be like Apple's watching you. It's oh man, no, it's just crazy, especially in my area, man, because we have so many goddamn people. I mean, but I just nonstop see so many goddamn trucks and everything else. Like I said, they're gonna take over the goddamn place. All right, I can ramble about Amazon for forever, so I can ramble about anything for forever, but.
So, 'tis the RNG after Forsaken. We've had 5 days? Has it been? Is it the 4th day?
I guess, yeah.
It's the 4th day as of recording. There we go. And, yeah, holy balls. Holy balls, man. Holy balls.
Remember when I came on the last time, or maybe not the last time, but the time before, and I said, if this expansion doesn't go well, is Destiny broken? Well, It's a good. I think it's safe to say that this expansion is going well. If I'm going off of everyone's reaction, this is the first time in a long time where I've seen way more positivity than I've seen way more negativity.
Yeah,
but that is. I mean, I'm having people compare this to Taken King. I'm kind of on the same boat. Kind of in the same boat right now.
Buster, you're quiet.
I know. I was just about to say
something go wrong.
I was going to say it's the gorilla in RNGCast.
I know, right? Uh-oh.
Well.
And it's back on, so it's okay.
Yeah. All right. I knew it was quiet.
I was just. I literally was going, damn. This is. I know I talk a lot when I get on here, but I maybe Buster just doesn't want to talk today. Maybe he just doesn't want to talk today.
I was talking the entire time, and I was like, man, Double G is just a fucking machine right now. I'm gonna let the guy just talk. Okay, I'll give him his time.
All right. It's not that we have.
I tell everyone, I tell everyone, if you give me an inch to speak, I'm gonna speak for a mile. So
the worst part about it was I had a good joke, and I guess no one got to hear it. Well, fuck.
Dang it!
I said the first time he came on, he talked about dirt. Now he's talking about Amazon. Yeah. We're moving up in the world.
Dirt and grass.
Dirt and grass, and then Amazon, and then next we'll have just a random topic for me to bring up. I'll come up with something. You know me.
Oh yeah, you'll definitely come up with something.
I don't know, man. It's a gift or a curse or something. You tell me a topic. I can probably come up with about
it's a gift.
5 or 6 questions on said topic, and we'll talk about it for.
Yeah, in life, it's probably a curse, but for podcasting, it's definitely a gift.
It's
a gift. Dude, this is. I think it's a factor of me literally having to sit in my car for, 3 hours a day sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
So it's like I got nothing but me time.
Yeah, no, right? But yeah, so we have dove into the Forsakens. So Buster has not yet finished the campaign. Yeah,
I'm going to go fight the Mechanist now.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, the machine. Okay. All right. So yeah, you're past the.
You keep grinding, boy. You keep grinding right now.
So yeah, you're past the adventures, the barons, and you're back into the quest line. Gorilla, how many characters have you finished the campaign with? I'm just wondering.
2.
Okay. You see, because I've seen you off so much, and it's like,
oh, bro,
I think it was a couple nights ago, I saw you back on, and you were back down to like 400-ish, and I'm like, no, he can't be starting another character. Man, this beast.
Dude, no, you don't understand. I'm just literally grabbing onto the wife's coattails. She is, like that guy. Okay, and like the guy who runs for president every year. His name's like Vermin Supreme. Like he always runs for president. Like he's got the boot on his hat. Like he just does it every single time. Well, my wife's kind of like that. She freaking is grinding supreme. Like she literally has it down to a science. And if you don't hold on, you will get left behind. And she states that. She goes, we are playing, we are grinding, I'm looking for materials. I'm looking for chests, I'm looking for this, I'm doing this. If you do not follow me, I will not wait for you. So it is literally grab on and pray to God that I don't get left behind, because she is, when it comes to and this is my true test this game, she has been one of the biggest critics of this, of D2 since it came out.
Yeah.
No, and she has said flat out that this is the best thing to happen to D2. That makes her. She said, "I have never She goes, It's been over a year since I have truly wanted to play PvP." Like she said, I truly wanted to. I go in. She goes in. She slays, dude. Like she was telling me, she goes, "Yeah, I've been trying to play a little bit better." She's been averaging over 2 every single game. She's just a freaking monster, man. But she never had that pull because she was so bored of it. Now, I actually heard her laughing playing. Like this is like that. This expansion has been everything I could have wanted, and they've done more than I thought. I mean, honestly, I almost got stressed out about it because I was thinking about how much shit I have to do. Like, I'm not even joking. I literally was getting anxious, going, "Oh my god, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this." And now that farming resources and getting into it is back again, dude, my head's gonna explode.
Oh yeah, and the resource change is
chunky.
Because with the actual activation of Forsaken, my former advice has already been null and voided. Considering now everything is pretty much standardized. As far as resource gains go, so you pretty much get 1 to 5 resources from anything you do, as far as planetary materials go. So I actually kind of like that, but at the same time, it's like, Jesus Christ, couldn't you give us a little more? Because my God, I'm
gonna tell you right now, man. Like I said, when you play with my wife, if you will literally fill your inventory with shit. I don't know, I've got 500 planetary materials from goddamn the Lost, whatever shore. Tangle Shore, yeah. I hate those damn, plus they go away faster. So if you're playing with another person, like I said, I'm playing with the wife and she's flying along. She will literally be like, here's a resource, I'm grabbing it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She'll grab it. If you don't get to it in about 10 seconds, it's gone. And maybe not even 10 seconds. They used to sit around for a little while, so every blueberries would come, and it was just, everyone would wait. You could wait for, you had a good, 30, 45 seconds. Now they disappear extremely quick. So it is nuts, man. Like I said, I now I know how she always has slightly higher level gear. She's at 5. She's at 515, I think, or something like that. It's she's flying up, man.
Not bad.
We got to 5. She's 500 something on her other character that she's done as well. So I mean, she's got 2 characters over 500. Oh, yours truly is just trying to keep up right now.
For the limited time I have, I'm 503.
It's solid, man.
It's not bad at all, really. I mean, because I was struggling to be. Because, of course, the first bit for me was all about, finishing the campaign. So I grinded minimally. And I also didn't realize the adventures of the Baron hunts did not all have the same power level requirements.
Nope.
So I did a couple, and all of a sudden the enemies had swords by their names. It's well, this will suck a little bit. Sucked a lot. Let me tell you what, these bosses are hard. A, going solo, and then B, under-leveled. No bueno.
So I should probably put a spoiler alert in the screen, in the name of this episode, huh?
I'm keeping it to a minimum. I'm keeping it to a minimum.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to be too crazy because
I'm not saying
there's some like I want to talk about how much I love the Dreaming City so bad, but obviously that is just we can wait for that.
Yeah, we can get there and give a proper like spoiler thing, but I'm saying like fake, for sure. But anywho, so I actually had to pause like once to get my power up to minimum requirements to at least finish the campaign. Mm-hmm. But that, like I said, that was about it. And I think my hunter, I'm not even sure what his max power can be. 510. But then again, I've also paused. Like, I have not started on any other character. I like went after stuff.
Mm-hmm, me too.
I like started doing things. It's like, and not really a spoiler, but kind of advisory. Most of your, I guess, milestone weekly thing, powerful engram thing quests pop up after you hit level 50. After you hit level 50, you get a bunch of like powerful engram reward like quest steps from everybody.
Yeah, and there's so much of that crap. There's so many things. Now, like literally, like your weekly, it's gonna make like leveling cool. It'll make it pretty easy actually because you're getting so many powerful powerful weapons and stuff like that. But it is the sheer amount of stuff to do now is nuts. I mean, like, hey, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Like this is like them. Like this is what I expected from D2.
You know what I mean? Oh, you want the grind back? Hold my beer.
Hold my keg.
Hold. I would say hold both my beers.
Hold this keg I'm about to drop on you. My God.
Because like I said, not just like the material requirements now, which I love the infusion requirements. I do because it actually makes it a choice.
100%.
And like when D2 dropped, I loved like a lot of the base changes when D2 Vanilla dropped because it introduced a lot of choices. Like, do I really, even when it came down to one thing that a lot of people were aggravated with, which was, radar coming back slower. I actually loved that because it brought down a gameplay choice. Like, do I really want to hard scope down this lane or do I want to wait till I see somebody? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it all boils down to choice. And like I said, Infusion now, it's a massive choice. Do I want to get rid of 25 planetary materials? And I didn't realize Masterwork cores
Masterwork cores? Oh my God.
For Legendary Infusion. It's like, because you posted those couple memes in our spoiler section, which are hilarious, by the way. And I didn't, the one, which I love that, the Thanos meme.
Everything.
I loved it.
Did you infuse it?
Yes.
Did you infuse it?
What did it cost? Everything. because I didn't even. It was like, I think it was like that night I got on and then I realized like, it requires Masterwork cores to infuse. Oh my God.
I made the mistake of doing what I normally do and just looking for my highest level thing and putting it on my favorite gun. And I did that while I was still like 480 on my Warlock. So I was just starting. I got a 500 like blue gun. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to throw it on my, what did I throw it on? I threw it on whatever. I threw it on some gun. And I looked at it and I go, wait a minute, what did I just pay for this shit? And I thought, oh my God, I have no Masterwork cores now.
Yeah,
I literally said, "Oh my God!" Well, like I've said before, I'm a pack rat, so now I've got to start going through all of my materials that and coins and crap I've saved up throughout the entire, and just try to get as many Masterwork cores as I possibly can.
I've actually just completed that myself. I actually went through my vault and I went through my characters. Now, I deleted all my year one stuff, every last bit of it. Because all of my armor was like modded out for like all the different subclasses and crap, and I had it like perfectly set. Well, those mods are now depreciated, so I said, you know what? screw it. I'm just dismantling all of my year one stuff. Every last bit of it. Because it's like, with your collection tab, there's no downside, really, to dismantling all of your year one stuff. Because if you want it back, pull it out. I mean,
yeah, that's
just that easy.
Yeah, and I need to go through my vault. I mean, literally, I know this is kind of sad, but I've already got like 400 items in my vault because I'm so lazy about and I'm such a pack rat. And for me, it's always like, oh, I don't want to get rid of this thing because it could be good 3 months from now. Am I crazy for thinking like that when it comes to like weapons? It's like
not really.
I mean, literally, I sit there and I go, okay, I like this gun. I think I'll give it a try. I'll try it out and be like, okay, no, I'm gonna put you away. Maybe I'll have a meta buster for later on, and I'll be able to stack that away for when it's going to be good again, kind of thing. And I'm at the point where I think I need to just cut the cord and get rid of all that shit that's inside of my my vault.
I mean, there's some things I can't get rid of. Like, I'm not going to get rid of my duty bound. Everything else is pretty much I can get rid of. But I have enough room in my vault, so why not? When vault space becomes an issue again, God forbid, then it might be a different story. But I can tell you this much: when I did the exact same thing, the first blue drop I got, I was like, oh, cool, I'll just bring up my duty bound. And then I threw it in, and I noticed, I was like, does that say 6 masterwork cores?
Oh, God.
And then I was like, well, okay, so time to learn how to time to get good with other weapons.
That's exactly, I was like, going to be using that blue weapon for a while.
Mm-hmm. One time I had a shotgun, another shotgun, and a grenade launcher as my highest. And I was like, well, looks like I'm getting in your faces.
I had, listen to this shit. And it was like, like I've said it with the meme, like when all your armor and stuff, it's just the stats are too good. Mm-hmm. Well, all the weapons were so high above everything else, and it raised I had 2 snipers and a grenade launcher. I had 2 blue snipers and a grenade launcher, and I thought, oh my God, I have no way to fight anybody. But the stats are too good. I need to have my light level increased.
I actually did I just enjoy the weapon slide because normally when I go into PvP or whatever, I'm using a D1 loadout essentially. I'm using some kind of primary ammo weapon. I'm using a special ammo weapon and of course power. But for a particular exotic quest, I did my best. I ran 2 hand cannons to get hand cannon kills because it was needed. So how do you force yourself to get hand cannon kills? Equip 2 of them. No matter what, you got a hand cannon equipped.
You'd equipped a heavy hand cannon if one existed.
If one existed, I would have popped it on. Which I'm kind of downed about that. I was kind of hoping there would be some. I mean, it can still happen. But I am definitely hoping for the power variant of primary weapons. Yeah. Basically, give me a heavy hand cannon. Of course, I mean I don't know what good it could really do unless it one shot people, and then you probably only get 2 shots, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah. This has brought back choices, and that's really, honestly, that's what I want to say. For this entire expansion, it brings back choices. You have choices you have to make if you want to upgrade stuff. You have choices you have to make for what play style you want to play, because now there's multiple play styles you can do. You could be a sniper. You could be an aping gorilla shotgunner, which is yours truly right now. You can use fusions. You can use, literally, you can just go right back to it if you want to do a vigilance wing kind of thing. You can do all of that, and that's why when I heard people who were very worried about the Crucible, I said, guys, just give it time. Yes. Just give it time. Once we have a bigger selection of roles with new powers and new abilities and new metas are formed, I've got a feeling that things are going to be pretty crazy in here. I mean, I was playing last night. We were playing last night, and I was getting killed by stuff that I have no idea what it is. You know what I mean? Right. It is intense. And then I don't know. Have you guys played PvP at all and got hit by that goddamn new Warlock super? I mean, have you guys?
Which one?
Fucking team wipe like Death Ray.
Oh yeah.
These okay, to go into a semi-new topic, these new fucking abilities are OP as hell. At least from what I've seen for certain play styles. I'm playing on a Titan right now, and the new slam mechanic, you could, if you're strategic with it, is pretty insane. It is insanity to be able to fly through the air. I literally flew all the way across the map.
Yeah, because the flying part is like a roaming aspect to it. So yeah,
I mean, literally all the way. I did it from playing against we were on. Oh, what's it called? Not Burning Shrine, but not Burning Shrine. Burning Shrine was D1. Well, no, it's D2 now, but we were on another Mercury map, and I literally was down the main. I flew all the way down a hallway and was able to get people all the way on the other side of the map, and it was like nothing. And I was thinking to myself, with all the jumping puzzles now, couldn't you theoretically just use this super and bypass jumping puzzles?
You probably could, but at the same time, Bungie is getting smarter about those. Because Eater of Worlds, the Eater of Worlds raid layer, with the whole, the platforms that fall. Me and my raid group have actually discovered that certain configurations, like, Warlock and its super, or Titans with certain jumps and shoulder charges, can bypass all, if not, most, if not all of these platform segments. But nothing happens when you get to the other end. You actually have to go through the platforms and activate them in order to activate the trigger at the end.
Oh.
So, yes.
Have either of you guys done, I know, Buster, I don't know if you have or not. Have you guys done the Whisper quest?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna spoil it. I was just saying is, think about using it on that part.
Oh yeah, for sure.
On the jumping part, because it's kind of like a straight line. If you lined it up perfectly, you could just bypass the entire thing.
Well,
I'm just saying,
at least half of it, because there are two type. If you're good, you could probably fly through all of it, but there is one bottleneck segment.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So
I'm
there's
just saying,
that,
there's
but
some game breaking stuff, man. I don't know. I see some stuff.
Sure. And for sure, the first thing I got before I realized that Seeds of Light or Visions of Light are extraordinarily rare, actually. Which I did not think they would be eventually, initially. But yeah, as a hunter, the first super I unlocked.
I was going to ask everybody what they unlocked the first time, and Gorilla answered the question without me even asking it.
Yeah, and it was special.
Well, no, my first sure. was the Warlock. I'll always do Warlock's my main. I'll always be a Warlock main, so I did that, and I did the new Void. The Void super literally is. It's like doing a Kamehameha wave that goes all the way around you. You literally even go into a charging mechanic.
Oh, you mean the Arc super?
No, I'm talking about it's like.
Because it's
the new you charge up, and it's like you're launching an outward honestly, because you do a charge move where you put your hands to your side and you pull back, and you're charging up. So it's not like the Warlock where he's shooting the bolt, but like I said, like the Warlocks have become like DBZ characters right now.
Yeah.
Because they're literally, he charges up and then literally just goes in and becomes a bomb. It is, for PvP, the applications are stupid.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, he blows up?
Yeah. Void supers like blow up around them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like a big and
it's
big,
chargeable
like a sphere,
too.
like a charging sphere. You charge it all the way up, dude. I was wiping for it. It gives Warlocks a second option for like really good trash mob clearing or big like even DPS on certain bosses. It's really good because when you charge up, this is a little fun tip. Okay, so when you're charging up the super and you're coming in, and a guy does like a slam on the ground, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect you quite as much because you're floating. No, but it doesn't even when the guy slams and it launches you back. It barely moves you. It barely freaking moves you, and you can just keep charging up. At least the pro strat for me was charge up, release, charge up, release. You can get about probably 8 or 9 charge up and releases with it. So, and it's a long super too, man. It lasts for a minute.
Yeah, it can.
I mean, I was generating 7 orbs, community, like adding all like 3 here, 4 here kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Almost every single time I was using it during PvE. I mean, it is nuts, man. These new supers I haven't seen. The wife was playing with the Titan hammer, which I wanted to give that a try. But I played as the striker, the striker, and then I played as the void lock. But oof, they are fucking good, man. They're very distinctive. They're not like the other supers, so it actually there's no feeling that they are just ripping off another super or ripping off something that's happened before.
Yeah, what was your first super, Buster?
Well, that's pretty easy. I went the commander, the Sentinel super.
The shield, okay. Good, Rally shield.
I was gonna call that one.
Oh my lord, it is. Well, one the making the tagging people with explosions.
Yeah,
it takes a little bit to get used to.
Yeah,
but once you get it, and it works so well. Like if you're inside, if you tag somebody and then they blow up. You get grenade regeneration and special ability regeneration. Like that's what it's like. It's what it's for,
Yeah.
Let me see the weapons, the light buff when you shoot through your shield.
Oh yeah.
You can shoot through it,
and you get and they get weapons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you can shoot out of it.
Well, you can't shoot as the Titan, but your team, your fire team can, and it's like I think. I played a little bit with Drafty this week, and he said he was using the Whisper of the Worm, and he was saying like he was getting crits, and then I was like cool, and I was like space, let's do math, let's do science, and I was like here we go, and I fired it, and he literally said okay, that's ridiculous because the damage buff is like substantial.
Nice.
Hey man, the bubble was the raid class.
It's going to be
for like
Banner is going to be. I knew as soon as they said it, it's like Banner's going to be like the new defender of D1. If you're in a raid and you're a Titan, we need at least one Banner.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you want to play hammers? Too bad. You need to be our Banner.
It's going to go back to days of you're playing this, you're playing this, you're playing this. And then you could be a res warlock. Just try not to die. That's what I always got. You could be a res warlock. Thank you. What's your ability? Oh yeah, you can die.
Yeah, I've got to play, of course, substantially with the new Spectral Blades.
Oh, I'm sure.
My God, I love these things. Spectral Blade, the Way of the Wraith, is definitely D1 Blade Dancer.
Mm-hmm.
But better. Why is it better? Well, not just because of invisibility, but I guess since you have 2 blades, you actually attack faster. So, I mean, boss DPS isn't ideal for Spectral Blades, but you could still take like a half a, like, for tough bosses, probably like a quarter of their health. For little minor bosses, like half their freaking health just with a super activation. And it is like, the way I thought about it is you're basically like prison shanking them over and over. It's like, step, 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 step. Oh, no, time to get out. And it is like so satisfying because the attack itself is so much faster than Blade Dancer was. The tracking on it can be a little weird because you can move like so fast, but it's like, it is D1 Blade Dancer like lunge distance. It is like all of that. It's just, oh, it's what I wanted.
Let's see, all three of us just had 3 separate reactions to new abilities and new things we're doing. Mm-hmm. I mean, we didn't have that. We haven't had that yet in D2.
Oh, and I went into a Gambit match. I did the thing. I invaded. Of course, because I'm learning like the nuances of Gambit. So anyway, the other team had a Primeval up, and they were doing like a decent amount of damage. I went in, popped, like, waited until I got near to their team. They were all focused on their Primeval. Popped my Spectral Blades, knocked out 3 of them. Would have been 4, but at the same time as I invaded, somebody else did. So I could have had... Well, there's actually a triumph actually connected to eliminating all 4, basically team wiping. But yeah, I could have had it, but the other guy was invading also. So I just, oh god, Spectral Blades is definitely everything I wanted.
Dude, me and the wife, I think, are still undefeated in Gambit. We've played like 7 matches, and Gambit is so much goddamn fun. It is so much fun, dude. I honestly, when it comes to, it's such a good mode for them to add because it's mindless. It's mindless fun.
It like is, literally, I just wish it wasn't quite so long.
Oh, it takes a minute.
It does take a little bit.
It takes a minute. Like, you got to be getting ready to get down. And
because you got to put like so much effort into one round, and you're like, oh yeah, it's best of 3.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, you feel like you're on a goddamn game show at the end, and you've got both the Primevals going, and you're like looking at their life bars, and you're going, okay, no, we got to do
exactly.
We were down pretty much half the games. We were down the entire game. And because I was running this is before the new supers came out, actually. So I was playing, we were playing this, and I came in and I used a tractor cannon on it, and it literally, like, we all used our supers, we all took them out, we took out the Primeval like really, really quickly. But with any kind of coordination, man, you can, like, especially if you're playing against a team that's a bunch of randos. Like, if you have a team of 3 or 4, you can just slaughter them.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you do, the big key is kind of like raids, like you're assigning people a job. You know, as long as people do that job, you can just slay. Like, we had, like, we would assign, the wife would go over and invade. I was collecting motes. That was, like, my thing. Like, I was collecting all the motes and doing, like, you know, ad clearing and stuff, because that's pretty much all I'm good for. But it was nice, man. And with these new abilities and stuff like that, I played, like I said, I played 1 match with the new abilities, and you can just, there's going to be some fun plays that are going to be done with it, and I know that in the upcoming updates they talked about that it's going to get a change. I think they can definitely tweak it there to make it a little more time friendly, and make it a little bit easier that way. Because we'll see, especially when player count is down and it's not triple, and it's not triple what it normally is. Mm-hmm. It's going to have longer queue times. That's the one thing I do worry about, because you got to get a full fire team in there, and I would think queue times might be tough if it becomes a 6 months down the line kind of thing. But with all the new updates coming out, I'm not too worried about it.
But yeah, also, has anybody been hit with the new knife super in PvP?
I haven't played any PvP yet, obviously, because I'm still trying to finish the story as we speak.
Fair enough.
I just killed a machinist. So
good.
I'm coming to get you, motherfucker.
Yeah, I've been hit a few times because I definitely had a new gunslinger up against me in a PvP match, and that thing, which I actually just unlocked my second new super, which is the knife super. Oh my god. Like in PvP it feels like super strong because it is basically the instant shutdown super a hunter never had. It is a hunter's like slam basically. And it is hard to fight against. Like as soon as it activates, you're pretty much dead. Because they track, these knives track like whatever's in front of you. So yeah, you're like dead. If you see him pop, you're already done for basically.
Is it only in front of you or is it all around you?
I think it's in front. I think it's like a field of view thing.
Okay, because I haven't played on it yet, and I was trying to figure out because for the trailer, spoiler, I guess, for people who haven't played, I don't know why you're listening to the cast if you haven't played at all, but that's a whole nother thing. When he gets up and he goes, "That's enough," and he throws all the
yeah. It's like the first cutscene, and Cade uses the knife super.
It's so sick. That was so sick because he said, "That's enough," and he goes off, and then like all of them die. Like I was like, "Whoo, whoo!"
Also,
that is dirty.
Yeah. Also, speaking of that, like massive props to Nolan North. Considering he is actually the voice of Cade.
He sounds just like him.
Except for if he's speaking normally, he sounds almost spot on for Nathan Fillion. It's when he gets a little louder, like in the first mission. He has some very like excited lines, and he sounds a little more like when he played Deadpool than Nathan Fillion does. But or when he voiced Deadpool in the Deadpool game. So he gets to sound a little more like Deadpool, a little less like Nathan Fillion. But at the same time, if he's just speaking, I guess it could also be like, the EXO voice mod that they use that could help that. But it's a massive props to Nolan North for being able to be a convincing Cade in any degree, really. Dude,
that guy, I have gained so much respect for that guy. Listening to because I was, Nathan Fillion's not there. So, if I think it would have been really bad. Think about it. If when Cade dies, we have a guy that barely sounds like Cade. That would have been a big fucking problem.
It would have.
That would have pissed ungodly amount of people off.
And at the same time, it was nothing that could really be helped because I think even Nathan Fillion has said it's like his schedule just didn't allow it. But.
Yeah, he's working on that new show.
Yeah.
So that's understated. And people think it's some kind of Bungie made a decision not to do it. No, it's probably the actor. Yeah. The actor's the one that, just like Dinklage is the one who was made the thing for Nolan North. It is what it is. Scheduling.
Yeah, and like I said, because you got to look at what they're doing, because Nathan Fillion is busy with something right now. When Dinklage got replaced, he was in the midst of Game of Thrones and a crap ton of movies. Because it was that era that, for some reason, Dinklage had a resurgence in his career.
Oh, yeah, dude. And then all of a sudden seeing him as spoiler alert, as the giant dwarf.
I know.
In Infinity War, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I saw that, and it's like, okay, so Peter Dinklage is playing a dwarf, and somehow is the biggest person on the screen.
Did you hear about how they did the scenes? They did the scenes with him by using cardboard cutouts.
Oh, yeah.
Smaller people.
Yeah.
So that he would use the cutouts as the actors.
Yeah.
So that he could really feel like he's looking down on something kind of thing. Because Lord knows they're not going to put him on a ladder or something, so I don't know. I thought that was hilarious. But, they did that. They did that on purpose.
Oh, I know, right? Because I don't know about the Foragers in the Marvel Universe. I was never huge into Thor, but yeah, I just thought it was just heavily ironic. that the dwarf individual playing a dwarf somehow is like 30 feet tall. This is a special kind of humor right here.
Yeah, exactly. But like I was, he did such an amazing job of capturing Cade's voice, honestly. Yeah. And then during the parts, like, part that cracks me up is when you see Cade go over the edge, and then all of a sudden he pops up and he's riding the shank.
Oh yeah,
he's right. He's a left. No, left.
No, my left. But no, yeah, I thought that was the fall was great. It's like, this isn't part of the plan. He pops back up on the shank. Never mind, totally part of the plan. It's like, yep, that's Cade.
The best part, though, I mean, like I said, this is like spoiler, I guess, but when the first I know, but hey, man, trust me, I don't want to piss anyone off. I'm trying to be nice here, but just spoiler cast. This is a goddamn spoiler. If you're listening to it, it's your own goddamn fault. I'm not going to make any more goddamn announcements. If you're listening to this, you're looking for spoilers, damn it. All right, so when he is fucking writing the goddamn giant thing down,
the platform.
Oh my God.
Like the guy who's the cowboy who rides the bomb
Dr. Strangelove.
Oh yeah, my God. Fucking A, man. That part.
Oh my God. Because you sit there, you see him like bracing against it, and it's like, he's not. Shoots a cord, and it's like, he is.
And then he just rides it down in glory, he just goes down, no problem. Oh, man.
He waves at you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this was totally planned.
It's like, this crazy SOB. Dude. What the crap?
And his death, man.
I was going to say that, yeah. His death was rough.
That was actually, because a lot of people, I think people that have seen the first mission have made mentions like, oh, but I liked the cinematic better. And it's like, nah, I liked how they played it out. It was fitting. How
he talks to you, and he's like, he was like, hey, partner, you were pretty good. I was better. And then he was like, tell Ikora and tell the Vanguard that they were the best bet I ever lost. And I'm like, no,
right?
And then the light faded from his eyes, and I'm like,
hit me right in the feels.
Oh, that line was
line because the wife doesn't know that shit. She doesn't give a shit about lore. You know what I mean? But I personally, she goes, why? She goes, what are you making noise? Because we're sitting together, we're watching. She goes, what does that mean? I go, he became the Hunter Vanguard because he lost a bet.
He lost the bet.
He lost the bet, and she goes, oh, okay. But when I explained, she goes, that's deep.
Because most hunters don't want to be tied down to basically the desk job that is the Vanguard leader of the hunters. So yeah, they started the bet, and if you lose the bet, you become the Vanguard. But yeah, that
hit me right in the feels, man.
Hearing that, it's like, oh my God, are you? Because because there were parts of Cade that I didn't quite like in like D2 because he became a little over the top.
Yep.
Humor. But that first mission captured pretty much every aspect of Cade. It had his over the topness, but it also had like his sincere, kind of like that first line that I loved of Cade, in D1, if you're standing near him in the tower, he faintly whispers, like, take me with you. Mm-hmm. Because he's just sick and tired of being stuck there. But, like, this mission just captured every facet of Cade. And it was glorious.
Okay, here's I'm just going to suggest this. We need to get our boy Zavala on some goddamn testosterone therapy. Yeah. Because he's turning into a goddamn bitch.
I
get it. He's doing what's right for the city, but that's your goddamn fire team.
Well, I mean,
that's your goddamn fire team. Grow a pair, go fucking Titan smash someone to death, and then come back to the tower.
You see, that's the thing, though. I mean, that's like because his character is like this entire evolution. Because in D1, I mean, the line is famous, whether we wanted it or not. We're at war with Cabal on Mars. I mean, he was the guy. I mean, the Taken King, he was the guy that wanted to go and track down the Echoes of Oryx to take them out of the system and deal with him. He was that headstrong, let's go and do this commander. But you actually see, as a result of the D2 campaign, him losing his light and all these, and now he just lost, like, without...
Oh, he got
crushed. Yeah, exactly. And
he got smashed.
And now he has, now that they have their light back, and he still lost practically his best friend. I mean, it's actually like, no, I don't agree with it, but at the same time, like, at least from the storyteller perspective and his progression as a character is amazing.
Oh, 100% agree. You need to have that. You couldn't have them all. It would be lazy writing to have them all like, yeah, let's go get them kind of thing. I 100% get it.
Yeah.
He's being a bitch right now. I'm just saying.
He is.
I agree with you. I agree. I agree with the premise that the character development, because like you said, he was Mr. Hard Charging Titan, and now because he got shown his mortality, he got shown how frail. He got stay humble. That's what Gaul told Zaval. He said, "Stay humble, bitch." Like just realize that you're. And then the whole paradox thing with Ikora, like, what are we without our light kind of thing. I thought that was really good, deep storytelling. I really liked it.
Yeah.
To actually look at our guardian, what are we without our light? Like, I thought that was a really good story path they went down.
Yeah.
But they needed that though, and I think it was a good move to make him like that, because look, we're talking about it. Because if it was just some throwaway kind of thing, it would have cheapened it. It would have cheapened it. It would have just been a line we never talked about again. Like how many other lines we have in D2.
Yeah, and I love the fact that Ikora actually totally calls him out on it, like in that cutscene too.
The say it line.
Yeah. Like, if we don't do this,
and she said it with such
vitriol.
I was just gonna say such vitriol is just like
because that's and they. Like I said, because they bring it up, and like Ikora had that moment, but she's like the other side of what came through it. But at the same time, it's just to see them kind of at odds. It's like, oh my, because in that moment, it shows that Zavala still has something of his courage. Because that simple say it. Because I'm sorry, but that was a strong,
that was powerful line. Yeah, dude, for sure.
Oh yeah,
he dug down deep to say those two words.
And then, if you listen to him talking to you when it tells you to go check in with him, and you're accepting the quest, what he says to you is he basically he goes, "I wish I could be," he talks like, "I wish I could be hard charging. I wish I could do that, but I can't." Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I've got more responsibilities to the city. So, like, look, he's got he's definitely got the politician thing down.
Basically. He went from a soldier, and now he's actually thinking big picture like a politician.
Yeah, well, let's not get into politicians, because then I'm really gonna get going. And what's it called? No, but honestly, like, his decision to stay back, I think sending come on, I mean, I don't say with our guardian talking like that right there alone. I mean, I get it. We talked a lot in D1. We've talked in D1, but for us to be the strong silent type for as long as we have been, 3 years since we've had Alliance? We talked 5. Okay, it's been 5 years since we talked.
It's been nearly 5 years because our lines were all in D1 vanilla. And I think our lines were basically equal to all of Boba Fett's line in the original trilogy of Star Wars.
Oh, fucking Boba.
So it wasn't a lot, but we did speak. But after D1 Vanilla, our Guardians just never spoke again. Which is one reason I kind of felt it weird that a lot of people were so against our Guardians being silent in D2. Because our Guardians were silent a vast majority of D1 as well. But, and then we got like 2 or 3 more lines in this, but still the lines, I mean, they were perfectly placed, basically.
When Kate says got nothing to say, I was like, that's pretty good. I'm sorry.
I know, right? The fact that they call out the fact that your guardian is silent as well, it's like, okay, all right, touche.
Okay, going back to, honestly, I love that first level so much when he just goes, when you start the level and he just jumps down the hole, and all of a sudden you're gonna hear, got you.
I know, right?
Got you. Like that. That is. And he's counting and stuff like that. I was like, okay, they're straight going for Lord of the Rings.
That's
Gimli counting how many kills.
17. It's like, geez.
47. No way, an elf beats a dwarf.
That one doesn't count.
That still counts as one.
Yeah. Still one.
Dude, those dialogue exchanges with Ghibli and Legolas are fucking amazing. Oh my god, my
favorite parts of Lord of the Rings was the interactions between Gimli and Legolas.
That, and then when
I can't see anything, Gimli, should we get you a stool? It's like
when he asks Aragorn to toss him, he goes, "Don't tell the elf. Don't tell the elf."
But the scene that got me like the most was no words at all after the lake faded and the camera pulled back real slow, and it was just your guardian on his knees looking down like, what the fuck do I do? That was just so perfectly timed.
Oh yeah, like the look of like despair.
Yeah.
Like you're like, it looks like when you like broke, it's like when I drop some food on the ground and I'm all sad. I'm just looking at it and I'm just like, oh god, I worked so hard on you and I dropped it on the ground and you're just looking at it going, wow, what did I do?
Or it's like when you have an awesome cheeseburger and your dog snatches it out of your hand
and takes your hand with it.
Just me.
No, the dogs are outside. They've got their own goddamn pen. That's where they hang out most of the day. But because our guys, if they were inside, like I would have broken doors and chewed up toys, and I mean it would be bad.
My buddy's on my back right now, and when I say on my back, I mean literally on my back. Like he's on the love seat with me, kicking me in my back. Come on, bud.
Dude, he's just a straight person.
Yeah.
Like, he is just a person. Like, honestly, the way, like, if you were not to know that he was a dog and you listen to this show, you would think that he was some annoying roommate you had.
Like, damn, Buster's really mean to his kid.
Yeah, exactly. Like, god damn, you need to be nice to your son, Pete. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. Right now.
Oh, man. No. But this is, dude. That whole first mission, and I liked the concept of going and hearing like all the Prison of Elders shit was great. I just wanted him to go, Psylocke! I just wanted him to...
like Cave do it? That would have been hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I want. I just wanted to hear some reference to that, because that was like what...
Psylocke the Defiled.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, how that would have made you laugh out loud.
Yeah,
exactly. It would have been but that was, I liked getting back. Okay, here's a question. Who's your favorite Baron? Who's your favorite Baron that you've killed?
I can tell you my least favorite off the top of my head without even thinking.
Okay.
The Rider.
Okay.
Yeah. The Rider. I mean, I don't know, because I was actually legitimately surprised that the Barons during, I guess slightly spoiler alert there.
It's a spoiler.
It is a spoiler cast.
It's a spoiler cast, though. You know what? Damn it! Like I said, I'm tired of making excuses.
Yeah, but the fact that each Baron interacts with you as you're going through like their mission or their adventure, I was legitimately surprised at that.
You're gonna talk shit? You're gonna talk...
I mean, one of my favorite ones, I don't know about character-wise, because, like I said, I was just so shocked that each of them had their, like, distinct personalities. But, I don't know, my favorite mission to go through, I think, was the Mindbender.
I was about to say, Mindbender was dope.
Oh, my God.
Most people are saying Mindbender because of just the expanse, and then the last part, when you're fighting him.
Yeah. Why is this throne world so big?
Oh my God! And the fact that just before that, at the start of the mission, is like, so he's been trying to make his own throne world, but only Hive can do that, right? And then you get there, it's like, why is this throne world so big? Oh yeah,
Cade.
Cade.
What? Wait, what the fuck are you? Okay, I'm watching it. Sorry, spoiler alert, guys. I'm actually playing the final mission now. Aldrin.
You got the ribbon.
What the fuck is wrong? Why? Okay, Awakened don't have that on their face. Number two, I don't trust that bitch. At me if you want to. I don't trust Mirasol. That's not Mirasol. I know that from the top.
Keep playing.
Keep playing.
You're gonna hear me react live. Okay?
Oh, I know, dude. It is an interesting.
What the fuck is wrong with his face?
Hey, by the way,
you'll find out.
Just by the way, we can look back on past recordings, and maybe we can hear what I was predicting. When
pretty much all of your predictions pretty much came true. I mean,
I'm just gonna say right now, I'm pretty much called most of this. We haven't gotten to the raid, so I could still be wrong, but God, Buster, I want to hear your reaction when you fully go through the entire thing.
Yeah, I know, right? It's
I'm actually really excited to wait. I'm waiting for the reaction.
Does he have the darkness in him?
Maybe. But yeah, there's we've covered we've talked so much about the story. Actually, we've talked so much about the first mission, which was like I said, it was fantastic and great. But there's like we said before, there's so much to do in Forsaken. Bungie's like, oh, you wanted something to do in this game? Yeah, hold my beer, hold my keg, hold these couple kegs, hold the 6-pack, hold the case.
Take the brewery. Take the brewery. Just take the brewery and hold it.
Exactly. I don't trust this bitch. I don't trust her. Free us. Us.
Yeah.
Us, not
us.
me.
Us.
Not me.
Us.
Oh, there's some shenanigans afoot. I am calling it right now. Shenanigans.
Yes. Oh, you're about to see shenanigans.
Oh yeah, you're about to see shenanigans like nobody's business.
After I beat the mission, I'll let you know when it starts again.
Okay. So, no, but these, like I said, this whole, you can't, previously in a milestone, you could theoretically sit down in one night and knock out everything you had to do in D2 for that week. I mean, really, if you think about it, you play your PvP, you play a Flashpoint, you play your strikes. I mean, a long gaming night, you play for 3 or 4 hours like I do, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours like I do. Maybe, no, but never mind. I'm not going to get into that. It's bad. Like my habit, my vice is back. My vice is back now. Now I've got the itch to play. Like
using Bungie's terminology, this definitely supports the hobbyist of Destiny, because there are, every planetary vendor has little crappy bounties you can do. There's your dailies that you can do. There's the weeklies, which not all weeklies are actually weekly. They refresh every 4 days. Christ,
there's bounties for everything. They're like, you get bounties. Eververse gets bounties. Everyone gets bounties.
Eververse bounties, of course, Vanguard bounties. Tangled Shore Spider has bounties for days.
Yes, he does. And then you've got Gambit bounties.
Bounties. And then there's hidden bounties.
Yep.
Yeah, like I had a Gambit bounty pop up during a match that I never accepted, but it just popped up while I was playing a match. And then there's Scrapper bounties. What's a Scrapper bounty? Well, you dismantle an item, and you have a chance of just randomly getting a bounty in your inventory. What? What? Excuse me? So just dismantling an item can randomly give you a Scrapper bounty. And it's not just, you're not singled out to holding just one Scrapper bounty. I've held 3. And it's like, the only person that doesn't have bounties is Banshee, poor guy.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
like, sweet Jesus.
Hey, speaking of Banshee, how about his lines to you? How about fucking his line when he goes, when he talks and he's talking about, Ace of Spades, and he goes, if anyone should have his Cade's cannon, it's you. I was like, oh, thank you, Banshee. Oh, thank you.
after his ghost got blown up, and number one, I just realized that you feel his ghost explode. You feel like the boom of his ghost blowing up, getting killed. And then he looks at his gun and says, "I'm coming home, Ace."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. And then in my head, I'm thinking, like, wait. Like, obviously he knew that was his final death, but it's like, when Exos died, did they go to the Greystone Crypt, or do they just die? Like, what happens? I don't know. I have to call somebody. Mylan, I'm about to give you a call.
Dude.
Oh, there's
okay.
Oh my.
Do you think we're gonna put that fucker back together?
No.
If
we did it would be a waste.
I think it would
this
be
entire thing's just over with, basically. Like, every good
really
thing they've done here is undone if they bring Cade back in.
I 100% agree, and that
unless
the part that scared
Cade.
me. Oh well, don't. I'm not speculating that far. Oh God, I want to talk about something. No, never mind. Okay. Yeah. So let's move on, because I want to talk about a topic, and I'm not. That's a big spoiler.
Well, yeah, because I will say, like, if you think the heartfelt moments in Cade ended with the first mission, I have finished the Ace of Spades quest line. The last mission that they send you on to do that. You want to talk about some heartfelt crap? Oh my God!
Yeah, Bungie knew what buttons to push for the fields on this game.
Like I said, for everything, and for every type of person too. Because, like I said, I was the type of person that didn't enjoy the over-the-top ridiculous Cade, but even they have punched me in the feels way more than I thought they were going to, because they covered, like I said, every facet of Cade. So if you were ever a Cade fan, which basically is pretty much anyone that's played Destiny, because people either love him over the top, or they didn't like him, or they liked him before he was over the top, but usually, I'm going to say like 99% of the Destiny player population has liked Cade at some point in time.
Yeah. Oh, he is by far, but like I've said a long time ago, he is by far the character that hurt us the most by going. Because if Zavala goes, brutally honest to you,
Yeah,
if Ikora, maybe a little bit more. I feel a little bit Ikora. Well, I'm also a warlock, so but.
Hey, but Ikora's had some amazing scenes in it too.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
But Cade was the guy who was always talking to us. Like, he has all those missions when he's talking to us, and he's just jumping into and he just is like, "Oh, I'm going to be with the Guardian today," kind of thing.
Oh, and going back through those old strikes with the Cade lines.
Oh, dude, the one with they brought back fucking the Randall the Vandal one with freaking disappearing Vandal. They brought that strike back.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have it for a long time, but they brought that back, and his lines where he's just like, where Failsafe blocks him out, and then he comes back. She goes, "How did you do that?" "I cut the feed." He goes, "Because I'm me."
I know, right? Like, going through these old strikes and listening to the Cade lines, it's like, dude. Like, just going through the Heroic Strike playlist can be quite triggering to the refeels, because, again, it's like, because that's, I think, it was the Strike playlist that I used to kind of grind out up to, like, power.
Eat shit, fanatic! Eat shit! Suck a dick, motherfucker!
Oh, I love it.
Bust your knuckle, bitch!
But yeah, it's
great.
So yeah, there's crap tons of bounties, and weapon rolls.
Oh,
which I've even peeked into the AP or the database sites. Nobody can actually. I actually can't do what I normally do in the Featherstone yet, because, or at least not what I've done before, because apparently in the database for the API, these random roll guns don't have visible stats on them, and you can't see all of their random roll possibilities like you used to could in D1. So yeah, I'm kind of stuck unless the databases open up and like can get this information out. this could possibly be a dead end for the Featherstone. Not even from my own volition, but I can't properly portray that.
If you can't get the info, if you don't have the info, how can you post anything? I think that may be something that comes along the line. Once they have everything kind of straightened out, I would think that would be something they would change, because what's the point of not doing that?
Well, I mean, half of the purpose also for the Featherstone is kind of useless now, because collections in and of themselves will tell you, as long as it's not a hidden item, the collections in and of themselves will tell you exactly where to find weapons. They will tell you the source of where to find weapons, which A is great. B kind of makes my spreadsheet. The one thing that I did like about my spreadsheet was the fact that I gave sources of where to find things. Collections do that. I mean, it's like wrong side of right here, which I haven't found it yet, but it's not like spoiler, I guess, but it's like, source, complete activities, earn rank of packages on single shore. Oh. And now I know where to go to get one of those. I mean, I like it. Yeah, I like it because, A, that's, like I said, that's information I track down. Oh, my God, and I love collections. Because there's a huge error that I did not realize up until, I think last week when I realized this, and collections actually confirmed it. There were a bunch in the Featherstone, if you're looking, which I don't actually expect anyone to be right now, but there's a bunch of blue weapons that I thought weren't in the game, but they were in the AI. They are actually in the game. It's just for some reason their stats are locked out from being visible. But these blue weapons, like the blue Antiope, the Sondok sidearm, or submachine gun, sorry, those were specific blues that you specifically got from specific adventures. So things like the Nanti-Narker pulse rifle, which I thought was a really weird name, but yeah, that's actually available in the game. It's just rewarded through a particular adventure. And I realized that late. I think it was, I was doing the adventures for the Solstice armor. So actually, it was a couple weeks ago that I finally picked it up because I got a Sondok, I believe, or something. And I'm like, wait, that shouldn't be available, because the stats are locked out. But like I said, but now that we have collections, I've confirmed, yes, those blues that I thought were not in the game are. It's just their particular adventure rewards.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, for your own personal selfish reasons, it sucks. But for someone who is, which is perfectly fine, you have every right to freaking want that kind of stuff. But for Joe Schmo, it's actually a nice little addition. You know what I mean?
It's bad that I'm kind of actually happy because like I said, if the stats don't focus out, I don't have to. I don't because this information that I was going for is available.
Yeah, because exactly the whole point of it was to guide people on what to do and what certain things did. Exactly. And it served its purpose, but now they've implemented something like it, which is a streamlined version. And I think it's definitely a positive. I mean, it's, like I said, no doubt about it.
Like I say, it gets rid of a lot of work for me to do, but at the same time, I'm completely cool with it because I could take some content creators now that lore is actually tied in the game, you don't have to go to a site and you don't actually have to be you have to go to this content creator to read. If you didn't want to go to the site to read Grimoire cards, because you can do it in the game now, and I've heard some negativity about that. Not from any of the cool people, of course, but but yeah, it's just super streamlined. It's there, and it was a service I was providing because there wasn't a service there. And if there's a service there, I'm cool with not doing it because Bungie's doing it. I'm actually A-okay with that. If this retires me, that's pretty much optimal retirement.
Simpsons.
It's not because I got tired of it. It's not because I had an issue with it. It's just the fact that right now I can't. And if I can't, or if nothing changes, I'm cool with not.
It's like I tell people when I'm giving golf lessons, I go, I'm trying to put myself out of business. You know, I'm trying. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make you play the best you can, and I'm trying to make you have the best experience. Well, that's what Bungie's doing here. They're like, look, I'm trying to give you the best gaming experience that you can get, to where we may put a few guys who, like yourself, who you may retire them because you're doing something obviously that wasn't there, that was a needed service, but now that means that they're getting good feedback. They're looking at stuff, you know, and they're making good decisions for what's good for the player, kind of thing. Like, I think this is a very, very good for someone who doesn't listen to podcasts and look up everything online, and they want to just be able to have everything in front of them in the game. They can theoretically do that. You've got that ability now to where you can just find what you need to find in the game, and you don't need to go searching all over God's green earth on the internet to try to find out what to do or how to do it to get certain things. So I think it's definitely a positive.
Okay, guys, real quick, just to not trying to. I'm in the Ascendant plane, shit whipping towards Aldrin, and I hear Marisol. I use air quotes when I say Marisol talking to him, and she says, "Free me, oh brother mine." That's a very Worm thing to say.
Oh,
not just Worm thing.
Ahamkara thing.
But yeah, Worms and Ahamkaras definitely use those lines.
Yeah. Oh, this bitch is a worm. This bitch is a worm guy.
I mean,
and I don't say, you know,
or no, be quiet.
I know, right? Because
I'm almost there.
Well, I mean, even then, we're not even 100% certain because the raid's not out, so we don't know what's at the end, and we don't know it for certain. But I will go ahead and drop the spoiler because I know this will fuel Buster just a little bit, but one of the perks in the API, which I assume goes to the 1,000 voices. The new linear fusion rifle. That
another one.
Because it's not actually in the collections yet. Interestingly enough, the 1,000 voices, and there's a different linear fusion rifle that I thought was replacing 1,000 voices. Thought at first they changed the name of it, but the look is entirely different. So yeah, the 1,000 voices actually isn't in the collections yet, and it isn't visible yet. But apparently there's a perk on it that says Ahamkara. Like Ahamkara's eye, I think it is, that allows it to fire the continual beam and exploding thing. Yeah, I'll say that. Because, again, I don't know what it leads to. I don't know. Because, again, the raid's not out. So I don't know.
Okay, Des, I'm sending you a question on Discord right now, and you just answer yes or no.
All right.
All right, I sent it to you.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, yeah.
Your eyes are black. Only the light and the dark can bring me back into your world? Okay, hey, some shenanigans are afoot.
Hey, how sick was that, huh?
I know, right? Because
when you hear the conversation and you're like, oh my god, we just opened a can of worms.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So he dumped the darkness into the crystal, the shard, and now it's going into the. That's not Marisol. I'm gonna say right now.
If you're in that cutscene, you'll find out very soon.
Oh, you're gonna find out real quick. I'm so excited.
I know, right?
I'm like way more excited for this that he's going through it than when I went through it.
You brave, devoted, pathetic fool. Okay, yeah, it's not Marisol. It's some shenanigans. Don't reach out. Don't reach out with your Ahamkara gauntlets, which I want to take off your body, by the way. Open your eyes. What the fuck is going on? What? Okay, cool. So the darkness is a butt worm. Is that
the darkness though?
It's a worm god, right?
Is it?
I mean, maybe.
Is it?
Again, we don't know.
I don't know
for certain what that is because it's a name. I've actually seen an Anpig tweet about this name, and of course I didn't know its importance, but the name attached to that thing, I don't think I've ever seen before.
Okay.
So I don't know what it's attached to. I don't know
because it looks like a Snarlack from a Sarlacc pit.
I know, right?
You know what it looks like?
Actually, it looks like a beholder from Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh shit! It does look like.
No, you know what it looks like? It looks like a goddamn freaking bad guy in Doom, the little floating orbs in the mouth, and then it looks like the fucking floating tube with little tentacles on it. Add tentacles on it, and then it's the floating orbs from Doom.
No, it does. Yeah, you're right. It does look like a beholder.
Sure.
You're about to behold the majesty of my motherfucking super up in your face.
Oh man.
Oh, what? Oh, cool. Okay, I just got taken. Dope.
Oh yeah.
Dope. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. Give me more super energy. I have orb generation.
This is funny. Like we're just like sitting here. This is like a terrible version of streaming. This is like this is like the old people streaming. Like they can just listen to it. They don't get to watch it. It's like a previous generation. It's like back in my day, we used to stream by just listening to it.
Well, go ahead and keep talking, guys. I'll let you know when I get to it.
This is radio for sure. Yeah. But yeah, one thing I will definitely quickly cover is the Destiny 2.0.0.1 patch notes, which did a few things, which was like the Forsaken day drop, which basically unlocked all the Year 1 Sony exclusive stuff for everyone, all platforms. They did a few things like Risk Runner. They increased its inventory size so it can hold more ammo. They replaced the armor-piercing rounds on Whisper of the Worm with accurized rounds, because apparently they couldn't fix what armor-piercing rounds was doing to make White Nail screw up. So they just replaced it with accurized rounds. Shouldn't be an issue anymore. A bunch of stuff we've talked about, like Year 1 weapons will no longer accept modifications, blah, blah, blah. Masterworks now work in a manner of you can go basically you have to continually masterwork them to get up to a plus 10 into a stat. And once you get to the plus 10, it becomes like an official masterwork where it makes orbs, you get a kill tracker. That's how that works. Let's see. They have also increased the base damage that Golden Gun does to base and elite enemies. So that's a PvE change. Very nice, too. X's Crash is back again. The things that they changed with Thavix, he did used to have like 3 long teleports and 6 quick teleports, but now it's 2 long teleports and 3 quick teleports. They've increased his speed of the quick teleport. They reduced the enemy waves to match teleport frequency, and they've added additional enemies per wave. And damage to Thavix is preserved when Thavix switches weapons, which I have played it once. I think in the Heroic, it doesn't feel quite as bad as it was. So that's
something.
Bueno. They did a bunch of things. Let's see, Retune Glory rank points lost to have reduced the overall climb to higher ranks. No longer, losses in the competitive playlist no longer reset your Valor win streak. Bueno. Control of Clash are in competitive now. Pinnacle Crucible rewards are now awarded via quests. These quests will not be removed at the end of the season. Regis Claymore is retired in Season 4. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. They did some things with private matches, added the option to adjust the respawn timers for survival. Score to win options have been updated for several modes. So they tweaked with the settings there. The Gambit playlist is unlocked. It does require Forsaken, and it does require you to complete the mission Spark. So you have to have your life back in order to go into Gambit, which is actually a very lenient requirement, to be honest. So basically, if you went through all of D2 Year 1, you can play Gambit day 1, or could have. Or if you haven't yet, why not? Good God.
Get in there, man. Get in there for some fucking Gambit, because that is some good ass time. It's like it's like Mario Party in Destiny. Like if you get 4 people in there that are like you're all hanging with, it's like and then you screw around and you're like, okay, whoever gets the most motes, and you're like talking the entire time, working as a team. It did exactly what I thought it was going to do, as far as it gave people that mixture of, you can have some PvP elements to it, but you're also getting that good, strong PvE element.
With dick beholder. Sister, help. No, you're beyond help. I'm going to put a bullet between your fucking eyes.
Oh, man.
Oh, God, that entire cutscene. Oh, my God.
That cutscene's...
the one that's about to happen for me right now?
Yeah. Yeah, this is... Oh, man, the anticipation is killing me.
I know, right?
Oh, and it starts on the Ace of Spades. You motherfucker. Ooh, you motherfucker.
No, man. That freaking... Like, as far as... Okay, so here's the thing. Would you be fine having storyline like this from now on in Destiny? Yeah. These are questions I wrote down, but as far as storyline go, would you be happy if it was adventures, like tying in adventures to the storyline?
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, the adventures, like, are really... Like, if that's what made up... Because, you know, each adventure, each Baron had their own adventure that they went for that you were able to pick. Would you be okay with that instead of just, like, story missions going along with the story kind of thing? Where it's kind of like you can choose your own pace of what you want to do as far as the story goes.
I mean, I did like that, like the option of choice, but I don't mind, like, when it comes to shooter or, you know, open world stuff, I don't mind, like, set storylines that you have to go through in order to, like, open up a little bit. But I did like the fact that you could take down the Barons at your own pace, and whoever you want, whenever you want, however you want. It didn't just lead you through all these fights. You can actually, you know, track down these fights. But I did like that. So actually, I wouldn't mind if they did that a little more often. I think it fit for second very, very well, because holy crap, did this campaign have a lot of boss fights with those Barons.
This campaign had some meat to it, man. This campaign had some meat to it.
It felt like it did, for sure. Because, like I said, I think this is the first campaign where we've had so many legitimate bosses in the campaign. Because, yeah, not all story missions, like normally in campaigns, lead to actual bosses. Like, maybe somebody tougher at the end.
Oh, yeah, come on. Remember, it's like the... You always get, like, an ogre at the end of a hive mission kind of thing.
Yeah, and, like, you know, D1 Vanilla, the first boss you fight is actually kind of like a major captain.
Shoot him. Shoot him. I mean, shoot him.
Yes! But,
fuck you. Also, he said you have the last word. I was like, that's clever.
I know, right?
Yes, by the way, yeah, that was... How great is that? How great is that? Dude, they put so many little lines in here that, like, went, ooh, I see what you're doing there. That gun, you know it's coming back, man.
No.
Come on, it's coming back.
Now, do you think we killed him? Do we find out? Or is it just kind of, like, left in the air, ambiguous?
It's very ambiguous.
That's not ambiguous. You hear the only reason they cut away, you have to remember, the only reason they cut away, because this is still a teen-rated game.
Oh, yeah, you can't show their head out.
But here's a question. Do you think our Guardian goes out and all he pulls the move where he pulls the trigger and he ends up shooting the ground right next to his head?
No.
Because you don't think so?
No.
Okay. Because it's still an option.
I mean, it's possible because they did have to cut away, but no, I don't think so.
I don't personally. Guardian gives one of those speeches where it's like, "This makes me. If I do this, then I'm no better than you," kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's the only thing I could. That's the only thing I could think of.
With that,
this is just me playing devil's advocate. I think he really did kill him. Yeah, but I'm just saying that's the one thing I have heard.
I think with that, with the lore tab of the thin line hand cannon. Like, this entire thing, like, you can kind of hear Ghost getting a little uncomfortable about things, but I think,
Ghost
like
is dark.
Yeah.
Ghost goes dark in this campaign, man. He says, he gets like, we must take them out. Like, he, like, starts talking like that, and you're like...
Yeah, but then he changes his mind.
Yeah, like, he is, like, nuts, man. Like, Ghost has got a mean streak to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's... But yeah, the entire thing is like a good revenge story. They keep equating it to a Western revenge story,
but legitimately,
but legitimately in old school Western revenge stories, how often do they let the bad guy live?
That's true.
Very true.
It's not often, man.
Like you're preaching to the choir. I agree with you. I think he's dead.
Yeah, I believe
I think he's dead. I think he's dead. If they didn't, it would take away. It'd be kind of like Cade coming back. It would kind of take away that vengeance. Like, we fucking are the ones who ended him. Now, come on, it's like Banshee said. Banshee says, "Put him in the ground."
Yeah,
that was such a great line. Put him in the ground.
Could he come back as some thing? Maybe. Like, I wouldn't doubt that, but I think he breathed his last, I believe.
Speaking of coming back, how do you guys like the Scorn and how they are
kind of like us?
Yeah, they're interesting, man. They remind me of Gears of War in the latest Gears of War, where the enemies are, spoiler for Gears of War, even though it's goddamn been a year since the goddamn game came out. But when the locusts, they bury a bunch of locusts into like a mountain cave, like saying through all because they couldn't burn all the bodies or something like that, so they put them all into a big mountain, and then some radioactive shit gets all over them and brings them all back. But they're dead. They're dead bodies that got animated by this. Yeah. Crap. I'm not great on Gears of War. I just play the games. But when it comes, it's an interesting thing that the fanatic is the one who brings them back. Yeah, he brings them back, and the line when he starts talking about, he's like, "You kill one, I'll bring 10 back." Like that. That's really. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I was thinking that. The same thing, but it was.
And besides, when I guess kind of spoiler also. When you finish the campaign, there's actually a new strike that pops up for the Tangled Shore that is the Hollowed Lair, and the first line is, "The Fanatic has returned."
Yep.
So even he can apparently come back. Something about this corrupted ether which I have not played any of these new strikes, like, at all.
I've played a couple of the new strikes, and they are fun.
Well, I mean, I haven't, because there's one I wanted to go through, and it's the Warden of Nothing. Help the Drifter restore order at the Prison of Elders. What? Why is the Drifter taking over the Prison of Elders? Also, like I said, last mission for Ace of Spades. Yeah, Kate has some words about Drifter as well. Very interesting.
Oh, yeah, Drifter? Oh, Drifter is...
I want to know who Drifter is.
Oh, I know. Oh, can I call? He's goddamn freaking... He's, what's his name? He's Jaron Ward.
Yeah, but Jaron Ward was the original holder of the last word.
Or and that's why we're going to get the gun back.
Like, I've heard that as well.
Or at least he's a follower of Ward. I'm telling you, man.
And that's the thing, because there was speculation, because there's been all kinds, because people think he might be the Dredge Yor.
I don't think he's Dredge Yor.
And then there's speculation that he's Jaron Ward, but I'm like, Jaron Ward though, his ghost went to another person, which. That little bit of lore from D1 makes less sense if Jaron Ward never died. Because that means his ghost would Shin Malfor. But Jaron Ward...
It could be... Yeah, I'm just saying there's going to be some... There's going to be some tie into that. Whether he's a follow... He's a... Yeah, I was just going to say, this is definitely spinfoil here, but he's obvious... And our next we're going to have an expansion coming up where it's going to be not the Black Armory, Joker's Wild. Where I honestly think that's where we're going to get into that kind of story. I think they're going to start giving us some big story chunks, and I think that now that they've seen what works and what doesn't work, hopefully they've seen that. Hopefully it
yeah, because
we can't have Osiris again.
That and also low key, I do really enjoy the Drifter character.
Mm-hmm.
He's dark, he's shady, but his like overall personality is just for some reason I dig it. I like it. Even though he has, I know, right? Yeah, even though it has bad. All right. Let's see what we got here.
I was waiting
to like that, and like his lines and everything. It's just especially when you go to invade, embrace the darkness. It's like, whoa, this has gotten really heavy all of a sudden.
He is definitely on that fine line of good and bad, man. He is pretty close to it. No, I think he's a good character to add in, and he'll definitely be someone who's going to be, because look, I mean, let's look at it this way. Cade's gone, so all levity, all comic relief probably went with him. So you're going to need some kind of lighthearted character to take, to bring on some of the laughs, and you're going to need someone like that. And this guy looks like he's going to, she's okay, but how often are we going to go to Holiday?
Honestly, I know. I was kind of hoping that she would take over Cade's treasure maps or whatever.
Yeah.
But that hasn't happened yet. I was hoping it would give her something more of a, something. But yeah, no, not really. Except for it's a spoiler cast. So anywho, Chaperone's back.
Oh yeah, it's back.
And hilariously, is the motivation for the exotic quest for it is the exact same as when they introduced it in D1. It's another Tex Mechanica tournament. It's a different thing because, of course, you do not require his last word. The first step, which I haven't done yet, is like shotgun final blows, which makes way more sense if you're getting a shotgun.
I was just about to say, which kind of makes sense. Don't have to get last word kills or hand cannon kills to get a shotgun. Dude, I'm just saying shotguns are that's where it's at right now, man. It is. Shotgunning is so fun right now. I'm making plays that I haven't made in a very long time.
Sure, because you can. I mean, because you can also shut them down. Also, I mean, if you see, like, I feel a vast majority of primaries and stuff, or even special ammo weapons, are powerful enough to deal with a blindly rushing shotgunner. You still have to be pretty good at it in order to actually be successful.
Otherwise you're going to be trade king. Trade king, or you're going to get slaughtered. Yeah, trust me. I was murdering a guy yesterday because I switched to a fusion because he was pushing with a shotgun. I switched to a fusion and would just wait for him because he would run down the same alley and keep running out. And he was the rage was building in this guy because I killed him about 4 straight times, all doing the same exact thing because he didn't know how to use cover. He was running down a hallway straight at me with no cover. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? Come on. Like, he's freaking, I was laughing. I was like, people who didn't play D1 are at a slight disadvantage, I think, right now, because I feel like the guns that are strong, really strong right now, are a lot of like D1 style
for sure
weapons. Although I'm telling you right now, that bow, I don't know if you guys have used it in PvP. It is the first bow you get.
No turning back.
Is 2 shots, and it's like a goddamn hand cannon. Because you pop it, get that big first shot in.
It's like over 100 damage kill. To the head.
Yeah, it's a 2-shot kill. And another thing I've been learning is you can shoot the wall with it and then get a little bit of extra damage. Dude, I've been picking up assists like crazy just because I'm shooting like a back wall.
Yeah.
It'll explode, do 10, 20 damage, and then someone gets a headshot or something. I mean, That bow is gonna be fun, man. And I've been because people don't expect it.
Wait to get the bow that I've been absolutely murked with in a PvP. It wasn't arsenic bite. It was
subtle calamity.
Yes, I've been getting worked by that thing in PvP, man.
Dude, it is a weapon. It rewards a skilled hand, man.
It does. It's basically hilarious that a lot of people have made a comparison, and I see why now. It is the No Land Beyond of D2.
It is
legitimately,
and that's why I have been okay. The only thing I keep upgrading, is the bow. Because I literally I tell my wife, I never played Horizon Zero Dawn, but I'm trying to get that feeling right now by running around with the bow. And
I cannot wait to get my hands on this arsenic bite.
Ooh, it is.
Because
I want to get more bows. I just want to get more bows. Give me more.
Well, like every time they introduce a weapon type, it's very small. It's like whenever they introduce sidearms. There's only like 2 in the game. Like in House of Wolves. The only thing that broke that was, of course, SMGs and grenade launchers. Because, well, they were just a little more. But yeah, also, hilariously, now that Petrovenge is back, of course, she gives you the new weapon type when she's in a thing, because that's what she did in House of Wolves. So, you did this? Here's the Vestian Dynasty. Also,
I was just going to say,
that's
Vestian
back.
Dynasty. Yeah, that's back. Yo, and that's a good gun.
She just gave me the gun. She literally just gave me the...
That's back.
The Vestian Dynasty, man, is a good sidearm.
It's actually really good. It's actually that archetype that's, I think, benefited because it's precision. Yeah, so that's like it's actually kind of low for sidearm time to kill, but at the same 0.6 seconds, which people most primaries.
I have a blue sidearm I was using last night. Where is it? Fuck. Okay. This one. Requiem SI2. Is that a new weapon? Or is that an old weapon?
Most blues are not new. Actually, I don't think any blues are new.
Okay. Well, it's got threat detector on it, and it's adaptive sidearm. It is the stability on it. Like its base is fucking like 86. It is literally like the gun doesn't move. It just, and I was murking people, and it's from range too, man.
Also, PSA for anyone that went through your collections and noticed that the Traveler's Chosen sidearm that you start the game with, not the busted one that you actually, after, it's the pristine one that you literally start the game with, can be gotten out of collections. Don't grab it. For the love of God, keep it in the collections. I made that mistake. You cannot dismantle it, and you cannot put it in your vault. Don't grab it.
So it just grabs in place.
It just sits in your inventory like the old heavy weapon quest stuff. It just sits there because it's programmed to be that first weapon, which you can't dismantle because you never could switch away from it. And you can't put it in your vault because, again, it was never programmed to be in this environment. Because it is the pristine one. It is not damaged. Don't grab it. And because that's also, in the TWAB, that is actually one thing that's, it's a known issue. And even Bungie's like, don't grab it right now. It's not good. Which, of course, it came out after I already grabbed it. Because at that point in time, I didn't realize you couldn't put it in the vault either. Because when you try to put it in the vault, it actually equips onto your Guardian. Yeah. Because you bring up your vault, you bring up your menu, you go to hit X to put it in the vault, and it equips. It cannot go into the vault right now. So until that gets fixed, don't be that guy. Don't be me. Don't be me. Don't do that. And also, I guess this segueing into the TWAB, best news. It's kind of a light TWAB, but best news, other than Last Wish is coming because it's the big thing, and it goes on explaining about challenges and resets, which we kind of covered before. But the best news coming out of this TWAB is world's first raid attempt is getting an actual trophy.
Oh yeah,
they are getting like championship belts.
Okay, that's truth, right? Because I literally just saw that. I'm looking right now on Facebook. I'm looking at the different stuff, and that popped up. Is that World First is gonna freaking get a belt?
Yeah, they're gonna get a belt. Also, what Bungie is doing is not only are they giving a belt for the Last Wish World's First blind raid team, they're going back, and for each normal mode blind run through, World's First team is getting a belt for their accomplishment as well.
Wow.
So Vault of Glass, Crota's End, Crota's something. King's Fall. I don't know about the raid layers, but Leviathan, they're going to be getting belts as well for their World's First.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's pretty freaking cool, man.
Oh no, that's when they started putting the real world stuff out, like the coins that where they put out.
Oh yeah.
That was, I thought, a great step, and now this is a whole nother thing that I am.
Yeah, this is cool. You actually have a tangible reward. Sure, it may not still actually mean anything. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like your sports trophies or whatever, but yeah, it's.
Hey, if I had that, I would tell every fucking guest who came over to my house.
Right.
Yes, this is my world's first raid clear. This is my belt. Like, I'm gonna pass it down to my kids and shit like that.
I mean, for sure. Like that's a mantelpiece. Yeah, for sure. It's like
proof
I'd probably frame it on a wall.
That's like proof that you're not a noob. Like you can never be called. It's like, yeah, like Grandpa. You say you're good at video games. I don't believe you. Now listen here, son. Look at my world's first belt. Right up
where's your world first clear, kid?
I know, Junior.
But yeah, oh my god, Ermagerd. So yeah, that's like I said, that's the interesting thing out of the TWAB. Oh my god, but yeah, Jesus. But yeah, Grill, you had questions?
No, I just had. Honestly, I'm just kind of. I've asked my questions kind of as we're going along.
That's kind
of thing. So we've been honestly just when we've been talking, we've kind of been going over everything.
What do you guys think about the new?
I just wanted to make sure like there was nothing.
No, trust me. If I want to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. Right now. I'm like it's one of those things. I'm just going to have a brief little aside. For me, like last time we came on here with J Devil, and we were talking about how we were going to have we were talking about a new cast for us. We talked about it, and I'm out right off the bat, and the best laid plans is all I can say. And unfortunately, life events happen with people, and it's unfortunate that it's not going to, but so it was definitely a blow, but
yeah, for sure.
It's better that it happened quickly, because I would have hate to have gone 10, 20 episodes in. And all of a sudden, I have to just end. Yeah. So that's why I appreciate you guys letting me on, because I've got a lot of shit to say. Not all of it's smart, not all of it's funny, but I appreciate you guys letting me on and let me give my voice to this crazy ass game community that we have. So just wanted to say that, just a quick little thing. Like I said, I appreciate you guys and having me on to talk, because who the hell am I? I'm a guy who plays video games. I literally, and that's it. And that, so it's, for me, this is just always so goddamn fun to come on and talk to you guys with this. So like I said, I say it every time, but as always, thank you. You two are the best.
We appreciate you coming on, man. And
seriously, it's a massive pleasure every time.
And I think, though, side note here, Double G, I think you took the title of the guest that's on the most. I think today you took the title.
Well,
because that was actually the last time he came on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm just adding. I'm just adding to it.
This time. Yeah.
It's just one of those things, guys, where like honestly, when I come on and talk here with you guys, I feel like I'm just talking with guys in my fire team, or talking with just people in general. I mean, it's easy to talk to you guys about this kind of stuff, because I mean, look, we're not. One thing I've always loved about RNG and you guys, what you guys do, is you come at it from the common man's perspective when it comes to this game, and you look at it from a real world, possibility. You're not going on talking about. I mean, look, like Crucible Radio, they're talking to guys who are literally crazy, amazing PvP players, guys who are gods. They bring on people, and that's not something I can relate to. But when I'm listening to you and Buster talk about stuff that's on in Destiny, it's, and the way you guys play and what you enjoy in the certain line, it really, that's what really, had me on to you guys, is the fact that I can relate to everything you guys are talking about. I mean, whether it's, even if it's dealing with like real life work situations. I mean, shit, dude, like you talking about when your brakes went out. That's, I mean, we've all had crazy shit like that happen to us. But like I said, it's every week I find there's something new that I hear from you guys, and it just makes it better and better, So it's just, it's like I said, it's always a pleasure. It's an honor to come on, honestly, because like you guys were talking about it. I've listened since almost day one. I wasn't completely day one. I think you guys might have been on episode like 5 or 6 maybe. Ooh. Because it was still, it was extremely early on.
The cringy intro point.
Those awkward pauses, because we went and talked about so much during the pre-show, and it's like, how do we get hyped again?
Exactly. And then just, the rant, then having Biz listen to him, man, you guys were, like I said, this is always just goddamn fun, man. I come on and I just want to talk video games with you guys and not bullshit around, and I end up getting into topics that I didn't even think about. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the best part about it, is you get the true RNG effect when talking to you guys. Because look, I come in listening to an episode or listening, I don't know just anything, and I don't know what to expect, which is good, because that's, for me personally, that's my biggest problem with a lot of Destiny podcasts and a lot of content creators, is they end up doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, and I carry the same thing, and it doesn't make me want to, it doesn't have me connect, it doesn't, reach me, I guess you could say, when it's the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, if I wanted that, I just watch the news and Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy every night, you know what I mean? Just do the same thing over and over again. But the fact you guys throw in that little kick, little spice to it every single time, sure. it makes it like I said, that's why I love your guys' show, man. Wow. But back to enough with me gushing and stuff, but
I will say one benefit, I guess, to our start is we actually started this in the middle of a content drought. I mean, there wasn't a lot to talk about concerning Destiny when we started this. So I think that edge comes from the fact that our initial growing pains happened
early.
Yeah, so because it's we don't have anything to talk about. Well, how about we just bring up random topics and this, that, and the other? So I think that benefit definitely comes with that we actually started probably the worst time for a Destiny podcast to start.
Probably. Okay, or in my case, it was the best, because the lack of content and hearing people's voices is what got me into wanting to listen to podcasts. Yeah. Because I wanted to get a pull of the community, but I also wanted to get people's opinions on the shit that I didn't like that was going on. So, it was one of those things where, like I've said this before, I went through a million different podcasts, but there's the few that have resonated with me. But, I think the time you guys came on was a really, in my opinion, a good time, because it gave you freedom to where, perfect example, today we're sitting here, we're talking about Forsaken. You know what I mean? And there's really not a wide swath of things we can talk about, because it's so good and there's so much information going on for Forsaken. But on the times when there's not a lot to talk about, like you guys said, growing pains, you heard real quick about I guess who you are is maybe like who you are as like a podcaster and everything when you have those droughts, because you have to rely on your own brain coming up with topics. You don't have to, you can't rely on Bungie crapping out content and just saying something about it and just repeating the same stuff over and over again. You guys actually have your own thoughts, your own ideas, and like you said, it was a good time because it forced you guys, your growth as far as from episodes, from even the first time I came on to now is in my opinion night and day difference. And like I said, there's obviously been changes. When Biz left, that was definitely a blow. But I think that was a blow, and I think it took a while for you guys to catch your stride again. But I feel like you got your stride again completely. And I feel like the show's never been better. Never been better.
That's amazing. Which hilariously, which I have not spoken to Buster about this possibility, because last time you were on, you made mention that you would they're possibly starting your own podcast, but I think I'm pretty sure Buster might agree. Of course, like I said, I haven't talked about this because it was something that's like, this is like totally, because I thought, well, this is totally a too late thing. But I think if we ever, I think the perfect fit for a possible third host would be you, sir.
Yep.
That's
something you can.
That means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. Trust me. I don't consider myself anything amazing, but like when I can get on and talk to you guys, and we've got some amazing guys in the community who I Burning and Laz and just some guys who they do amazing jobs when they come on and talk, but for me, I come on and I just like I've told you guys, you're easy to talk to. You're easy. I don't have to worry about running out of things to say because we just come up with a whole nother thing and we can just I fit in like an old sometimes.
You do.
But that's I appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
That was basically the first. From the first time we had you on, it was amazing how well you meshed, like with our environment, with everything. And like I said, that thought's been in the back of my head for a while. But it's like, and then when I think about it, it's like, maybe I talk to Buster about this. And it's like, oh, hey, when I started on, it's like, that's cool too. All right. Toss that in the back. But like I said, the offer is standing. Of course, like I said, it applies to every guest, but you especially, whenever you want to come on, man. I think at the very least, we will definitely consider you our first go-to RNG guest host.
Then like I've said, that means a lot to me. And the good thing is my schedule would work because I switched my schedule that could record in the mornings because I was going to our day was going to be the same time that you guys record, which is kind of funny. It was kind of shitty because we wanted to have you guys on as like one of our first. Obviously, if you're recording at the same time, how the hell are you supposed to do that? That was, that's my genius plan.
Problem solved.
Exactly. Hey, that's if you guys are going to have me, I'm going to be here.
Well, we will have you whenever, sir.
But
it's completely up to you.
If you're offering, man, I'm accepting.
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
If you're offering, I'm not looking at gift horse in the mouth, man. I'm accepting.
I for sure am legitimately offering. So, Buster,
let me just tell you how weird Des and I have this weird like symbiotic across the continent melt mind, because I was literally going to send him a message after this podcast and be like, so I know how you feel about the third seat, but I think Double G fits in perfectly.
Like I said, that's my exact same thought from the first moment. Like I said, we had you as a guest. It's like, wow, he just meshed really, really well. You go off on tangents with us, but at the same time, you are so much better about reining us back onto topic.
And that's not, for me, that wasn't like, you know what it is? It came from listening to you guys for so long and hearing and go, if I don't stop this now, we're going to talk for an hour and a half about something that we don't even had nothing to talk about, and the podcast is going to end up being 4 hours. It's going to be like it's just funny from listening to you guys for so long. You learn your tendencies. So I myself, and when I was preparing myself for podcasting, I would listen to other casts and I would hear what I like and what I didn't like.
Yeah.
And I wanted to fit it to where I wanted to podcast like I would podcast. Yeah. And then so like I envisioned. For me, it's just a goddamn easy transition. I mean, honestly, I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. It's an easy thing for me. You know me all the time. I fucking talk all day about anything. But the funny thing is, I have to be comfortable with people. I mean, my own personal how I am. I'm a salesman. I talk to people. I deal with people but when I don't know people very well, it takes a while for me to kind of get up and used to you. Mm-hmm. And for you guys, there was none of that, man. I just walked. I finally got freaking Skype to work, and then it was all history.
So,
but
I say yes. Des says yes. Do you say yes?
I say hell yes.
Fuck yes.
Awesome. So yes, we now have a filled third seat once more. So yeah, I guess this will technically be your last guest appearance.
Guys, we have a fire team now.
And like I said this the first time, you're a fucking Titan. Des, you are a hunter, and I'm a warlock. Like I said, it was meant to be. I thought the minute that I thought about that, I go, God damn, that just happened.
Yeah,
that just happened. But,
sadly, you are still tied as a community guest with Danfinity. But of course, I mean, except being host, but still, it's. Like I said, I think it's a puzzle piece. You fit in.
Eventful podcast, man. For all is forsaken and then dropping bombs on people.
Like I said, I had to get it out. I had it's like, you know what, I have to do this. So.
Hey man,
and now you get the host. Now you get the host tab on our Discord.
It's funny, man. Yeah. I just when you start, because I was thinking about it, like when I first asked to come on, because you guys always said it, and I said I never had the confidence to be like, oh yeah, I want to come on, and then finally when I first came on, I said, these are guys that literally I could sit right in with them and never have to. It'd be easy as pie. You know what I mean? And it was one of those things where that third chair, when I always felt like I was like, because Biz was just goddamn amazing, man, and I truly mean that. Biz made me laugh with certain things, with him getting going and then Miss Biz and stuff. Man, I swear, I mean, I had tears in my eyes, like laughing sometimes over certain things that would go on. And then listen, yeah, exactly. But so for me, I wanted to just come in and be myself, and I feel like I'm with you guys no matter what. I don't have to come in and follow some structure or anything like that. It's come in, join the fire team, and have fun with the guys. Exactly. And that's really that's what leads, I think, to the best kind of content that you can create with people. Is we're having fun and it just naturally flows out.
For sure. For sure.
And that's. But hey, man,
like you said, you feel like an old shoe.
Like. We're gonna get our fire team a long road ahead of us now. Oh, son of a bitch, man! Freaking eventful morning. I'm gonna be riding high all day now.
You are.
I know, right?
I am. Hey, man, shit. That just.
Des, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like when you surprise me, Bubba. I like it. Every now and then, sometimes you drop an F-bomb, and I'm like, ooh, and then sometimes you're like, you know what? It's Christmas early. That's just been that third seat has been. We need to fill the fire team in, guys. I'm gonna make this promise right now to our fire team. I will not be a bitch. I will not be a Zabala.
I was gonna say if Des gets taken out somehow, I'm just saying, I don't know about Titan track history, but the track record says that you kind of bitch out a little bit. So
no.
There was the Warlocks who wanted to go and take every Titan, every Hunter, every Warlock, and go and destroy the reef. Pretty much, I think if she could just Nova bomb the reef, she would have. But
we were just gonna destroy everybody. That's what her plan was. I'm mad. Kill everything.
Yeah. Is it me or okay? Think about this is probably a stupid thought, but so when you go and Guardians were to go to war. Can you picture like lines of like Void Walkers all like launching Nova bombs off to another line, and then having like Titans going in with like slams like on the front lines, and then golden guns in the back shooting? Like I don't know why I always think of that. I think of like goddamn Helm's Deep or something like that.
Yeah.
But some giant like battle where you have like 50 Warlocks lined up and 50 Hunters and 50 Titans, and just seeing all this shit going off. I don't know why, but I don't know why I always think of that shit. I guess it's like my wave like in like fantasy. Like everyone always thinks about the grand final, but for some reason when I think about all the different Guardians and all the different supers, like you could theoretically with all the different supers have like some crazy like combinations going out. I don't know. I just always think about that kind of shit, man. And like I said, the idle mind when I'm sitting in the car in traffic in LA or driving away, it definitely gives you time to think about random shit that you never would have thought
of. So, Double G, what do you want your name to be?
What's the heavy here?
You already got it? Okay. If you're If you were already going to do it, go ahead, Des. I'm literally.
Oh no! I mean, if you're in doing it, I was not there yet. I'm just saying, like.
Oh, okay.
I don't any color, man. I don't give a shit.
I mean, I can just give you the host tab, or I can. You know what? I'm gonna give you the purple. RNG double G.
Big day, damn.
Yeah,
and the crazy thing is, okay, so I've got a hard out coming out for work, but this is all this.
Because even
this is crazy. I don't even really know what to say right now.
My God, we made him speechless.
I know this is the first time that's ever happened.
But even my wife, like last time we had you on, I was telling her because we kept having you on, like, yeah, he can rein us in. He goes on tangents with us, and she just looks at me. She's like, "Sounds like he'd be a good fit for the show." I'm like, "Yeah, but he's starting his own thing." She's like, "Oh, too late." It's like, "Yep." So, but yeah, now it's like, I mean, things happen for a reason, and
I thought, you know what? The funny thing was when I said that when I was starting the other cast, I thought in my head, I go, because it was always, I'm not gonna lie, it was always a thought in my head. After you guys found your way together, like running the two of you, I think honestly did a lot for you guys as far as building the way you guys talk to each other and stuff like that. Because 100% honest, like hearing you guys from the end of when Biz left and there was content was rough, things were rough, no doubt about it. But you guys, like I've said, when you got together and then you guys really started to interact more with each other, I guess it really just improved the quality of the podcast so much. And ever since I thought, you know what, when things get good, it was always like a little like dream, little thought. I could do it. I could totally do it, and I could fit right in, and it would be great. But it was always just kind of a dream. But I am like I said, I'm speechless right now. So I'm
well, welcome to the family.
Oh my God, man! Like I said, I don't even know what to say. No, guys, I'm looking forward to this journey. I'm looking forward to this, man. We got to be doing some fun shit, man. We got to be raiding and doing. We're gonna have some fun.
And now Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and now you get to watch movies with us and do commentary.
Oh,
yeah.
Welcome
to that world too.
Mystery Science Theater, man. That's exactly what it's going to be. This is going to be some fun. Oh
yeah. Like I actually didn't even think, but yeah, now we have a third voice for that too. Which, oh my God, watching crappy movies with you is going to be amazing.
Oh, you're gonna hear some shit that you probably never even when it comes, because I'm terrible. I'm that guy at the movies that is like. I'm the guy who's like talking to himself in the movie, like saying, "Why the fuck is he doing that? Why would you go there?" You know what I mean? And I try to keep him. The wife gets mad. She usually throws something at me, and she's like, "You're doing it again. You're fucking talking. You know, be quiet. No, I can't hear you in the movie, asshole."
You're gonna fit in well.
Yeah, very well.
like in freaking. It was the worst one. Was in a Quiet Place. Because I wanted to say so much shit, and because of that movie, the movie theater was so quiet, I had to like literally hold it back so bad. But
it was pin drop quiet, right?
It was, dude. Like, don't cough. Everyone looked at them.
Like eating popcorn, people were like looking at me. I was like, "It's just in the movie. Calm down."
I know, that's right. And I'm always the guy who has like 2 bags of giant plastic, candy and stuff like that. Plus the shit I usually bring from CVS and I shove in my pockets. Mm-hmm. But I'm the one making all the noise before the movie. Like I thought the thing was gonna hear me and come chasing after me. But like the baby scene and stuff like that. Oh God, man, that movie, man. But no. Guys, I know you guys probably still have a lot of stuff to talk about. I have a hard out, otherwise I will lose my employment.
No, man, this is the perfect time to end it. This is episode 120, the RNGCast. I think we're going to name this Welcome Double G. I'll think of a clever. Welcome to the family. So, Gorilla, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you for the first time as a host of the RNGCast? Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
You can find me in the RNG Discord. Get at your boy, because you're sure will be living there now. And not that I pretty much already don't. I pretty much already there. But you can get at me at Gorilla Golf in Discord. If you want to get at me on Twitter, it's Gorilla Golf 1987. Of course, PSN, hit me up. Send me a friend request. I guarantee you I won't turn you down. You send me a friend request, I will approve it, and we will be friends, and we'll play together.
Go ahead, Des.
This is your boy Raven. You can find me as usual. Words, things, my God. But yes, you can find me on Twitter at DES_Raven. You can, of course, find me within our Discord. Which, just get at any of us to get that invite, including, like I said, our new Gorilla Golf, which now we have 2 animals. What's wrong with you? Anyhow,
he's got Pete. He's got Pete. Come on.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. He is basically Lord of Wolves.
I'm Jon Snow.
Come on. Bust the wolf.
Bust up the wolf.
Wait, have you gotten that? Braytech Winter Wolf? Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Thanks.
That hurts.
It does. It hurts so bad. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, Paladin stuff still. Forsaken. It's being delayed. I think I've alluded to that, but it's being delayed. Sorry, it's going to be a minute before that.
Okay, I gotta say this real quick. I was gonna totally come on and try to be the biggest troll in the world today, because I was researching Paladin shit on my phone.
Oh God!
And I was like, update 1.5, guys! I can't wait to talk about Paladins. And I was gonna completely ignore Destiny, and I was only gonna talk about Paladins. And then I was gonna just get your reactions on that. I thought it would have been hilarious, but I couldn't stop myself. I'm not good.
It would have been like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I was like, "Bro, are you okay? Like, do you need to talk to somebody?"
Yeah.
But okay, finish her off, damn it.
But yeah.
And you can find me on Twitter at BusterKnuckles13. That's BusterKnuckle13. You can find me on PSN, Blister Lister 113. I know, terrible name. I get it. You can find this podcast, the RNGCast, at the RNGCast on Twitter. You can email us the RNGcast@gmail.com. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/the RNGcast. We do Mystery Science Theater, RNG, 3TK.
Oh, and you will get your money's worth now, motherfuckers. you will get your fucking money's worth, I promise. If we're watching a shitty movie, you will get some amazing commentary.
And all we do is watch shitty movies. Maybe, I don't know. Bright might have not been, I don't know. I think Bright was pretty good, but whatever. With that being said, this is episode 120 of the RNG Cast, a monumentous RNG cast.
Indeed.
And go ahead, Gorilla. Hit him with your outline.
with my outline?
Yeah, you got to have an outline.
All right. God, now you put me on the goddamn spot doing this. Terrible. This is terribleness.
Because I have her out. Go ahead, hit him with one.
You can. No, damn it. No, now you just absolutely.
You got a week. You got a week to think of one.
I've got a week to think of one. Okay. Insert outline. No, you can edit that in, sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Later, man.
See you all next week.
Later.